Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Mark, and welcome back to another episode of Finding the Next Big Roguelike, the series where I play roguelike games and demos that have been sent to the channel and give my first impressions. Today we're taking a look at a game called Rogue Loops. This seems to be some sort of an action roguelike that kind of gives me Curse of the Dead God vibes, except that the unique twist of this is somehow you are stuck in a loop. You're not actually traversing different rooms, you're always stuck in this same environment, supposedly, but you're looping around as things get stronger and stronger. Now, how is that going to work mechanically? I actually have no idea, but I'm definitely curious about the little concept behind it. And visually, again, this, from what I saw very briefly, reminded me a lot of Curse of the Dead Gods, so I was definitely excited for that because I really did enjoy Curse of the Dead Gods. Little background on the game. I'm actually going to read the description of this game. It's an action-packed roguelike where you fight through escalating enemy encounters in a constant looping structure. The challenge ramps up with each loop, and players can unlock various skills and relics to adapt their strategy. So this game's been in development for about 2 years, and it's going to finally be coming out April 4th, whether the video is out then or not. That's going to be a date, so very soon. I don't know if it's going to be in early access or not, but currently we are playing a demo version of this game. So, first off, visually, on the menu, you can see everything is, you know, a circle. It's a loop. Ooh, rogue loop. We got our credits here. We've got the exit. I'm not gonna do that. Options, nothing too crazy. Again, I don't look at the controls, graphics. There's a cursor lock mode. Not too sure how that's gonna be, but I did see subtitles, so this seems like there's gonna be some sort of potential story going on. All right, let's jump into some rogue loops. New game. Let's do it.
Immortality has always been
humanity's very loud.
Desire, especially in an age of death, magic, and monsters. This family was known.
Ooh, I like the visuals.
Beasts in their desperate search for eternal life. After a long journey full of hardships, they found a magical portal hidden in the ruins of an ancient civilization. But when they stepped through, they learned the truth. Immortality was a curse, forced to live in an endless loop.
This art style.
Will they break free from this torment, or will they simply surrender?
It reminds me of other games that I can't quite put my finger on it. That's cool though. Really like it. And again, everything seems to be like an infinite loop kind of visuals. Okay, so here we are. We've got 4 characters to play with, but currently only one seems to be available. So we're gonna play as Aiden, the son. Oh, the father. Oh, it's a family. That's cool. We've got attack, health, critical chance, damage, and skill damage. I realize that the critical hit chance is at 1.5, so quite low to start off with. But we're going to select Aiden here to start off. Here we go. Oh, cool. Monhey, follow my steps. You may find what you are after, or we may... Okay, sure, got it. Alright, so... Oh, visually, there's something very interesting going on visually here. Okay, we got a dash here. You may find what you're... Yeah. We've got an attack. Oh, wow. We've got a very killer sword attack here. A lot of, like, swooshy effects, if that makes any sense. So we have, like, a flying sword. Oh, and there's the footsteps. I'm realizing there's no zooming, no moving of camera, so we have a set camera angle here. What is that in that cage? Something is going crazy. We got a little frog. All right, and ooh, a little hand comes and grabs me. Fun. Cool. We got a little tutorial. Nice. Loop dweller, you better warm up before attempting to escape. Foes are not gentle out here. Got it. We got a dash attack. Cool. So very Hades in terms of the controls so far. Okay, so I like the fact that I can. Okay, then. Okay, looks like the dash attack. Looks like it is auto aiming to the target, so that's good to know. We got our normal attack here. I'm realizing I'm not... Oh, okay, I was gonna say I'm not using my right click, but that's a shield this way. And then our Q, hold and release. So I could just... Is there a difference in terms of damage? Oh, I have to release at the right time. There we go. Okay, so there's a timing thing to it. Cool. First of a savior, better not forget that you're learned here. Good luck. Okay, cool. So, in terms of the abilities that I have, there's actually not too much going on. You know, your dash attack. Dash is on a fairly long cooldown, all things considered. You've got your inherent secondary ability, which is probably tied to your character, which in this case is a shield. And I would imagine that the Q and E abilities are actual spells that you can find throughout the run that are going to be changing depending on what you find. So I'm assuming for this character, what's really unique is this parry or shield ability, which I don't know if I can get more information. Yes, he's around shield to protect himself. Press special to raise your shield for a short moment. Okay, got it. Sure. And, ooh, relics. Nice. I do like my relics. All right. I guess, also I can stay press on my attack, so there's no charge attack ability so far. Like, good. So I'm wondering if it's going to be on a timer, if we're going to be on a timer or not. That's my big question. I would hope that this is not a timer. Like you constantly have to go around quickly. You have to pick a deal at the beginning of each room. You got it. This is the buff you get, and this is the curse upon the room. Got it. So it's just going to be for the room itself. So get a powerful skill, a thick cloud roams in the room, restricts vision when you are inside it, or your movement speed will be reduced after dashing for a short time. Okay. Also, wow, we are zoomed out. Holy. Let's take the thick one. Oh, and you pick the ability immediately. Interesting. We have a common and a rare. I don't know if rare and common is just how likely it is to find a cool ability, or if the rare just made that ability's damage higher. I do not know yet, but we're going to go with the rare probably. Throw 5 fire blades in a cone, dealing 40 damage and burning enemies on hit. Blades return back after a short delay, hitting enemies in their path. And perfect cast. Okay, so everything has a perfect cast, which makes sense. It's like that little Q, and you just hold on. I like that. Throws 12 blades around you, and each blade deals more damage. Got it. Scaled with skill damage and attack damage. Okay, but it has a 14-second cooldown. Okay, sure. Sounds good. Then we're gonna leave it on the Q. Cool. So do things spawn automatically? Okay. Okay, got it. Now there's the only. Oh, wait, no, I was gonna say, okay, so I have to hit enemies. Okay, yeah. So there's not a cooldown, so to say, on the skill. It's I have to hit enemies a certain amount of time to get my cooldown back. Got it. It's cool. I'm not sure how to explain this. The look, like oh, I did not see you do that. There's like a little, just visually things. Oh, I did not even see you do that again. Yeah, now I can see you do it. Guess you were in the fog a little bit. It's really unique. It almost is like comic booky. Almost? That's cool. I took damage at the end because I didn't realize that this character was preparing stuff. So my understanding is that we're always going to be in this room. This long room here. So if I go here, it's going to close and then there's going to be another thing. Got it, yeah. Difficulty 1, difficulty 3. Now, does the increased difficulty mean I'm going to get a better relic? I do not know. 55 blue essence. I do not know. Well, there's probably roguelite elements in this game since there was a little hub with the family outside. Would be my guess. I'm going to go for the higher difficulty. Your first attack against enemies are absorbed by cursed shield. That's fine. Enchant yourself with an ancient relic. Yeah, relic is cool. You got uncommon. Attack damage is increased by 10% for each relic you have. Wow, wait, does that include itself? That'd be cool. When your health is full, I don't know how to get health back, so... Yeah, and the fact that I have a 0 reroll really makes me feel like there are roguelite elements, because usually you can start with some rerolls after a while. Alright, so, once again, so these guys, yeah, I had to break their shield. Okay. So, I like the fact that there's a stagger on these enemies. Okay, so I just wanted to try that. So it's quite generous. It's not a parry system. It really is a blocking. I'm a little worried about that, like, ooze on the floor, but... Wall smash! There's a wall smash, too. Nice. Can I break anything in this area? I would imagine not, since come back here. I wonder if things change between the rooms. What do you got here? Demon eggs. 3 eggs spawn. No, I want more relics, man. Enemies in range enrage and get stronger when their pals die. That's cute. We got a rare one. Enemies drop a healing orb upon death. 10% chance that enemies drop healing orbs. Got it. That's pretty great. Deal 30% more damage to elites. Yeah, let's do that. So I wonder how... Yeah. Oh, complete the first loop. Okay, we have to... we have to keep track of all the achievements I'm getting. Oh, yes, right. You get stronger. Oh, it's only enemies around. Oh, wait a minute. The fog is still here. Wait, why is the fog still here? I thought it was per room. Oh. Interesting. Also quite generous that the relic is at the start of the combat, not at the end. Ability does not seem super powerful, but I'm not complaining. Whoa, okay. Okay, so they are getting stronger and stronger. I'm getting my health back. Look at that. Perfect room. 2-star for perfect room. Don't know if that actually matters for anything, but... okay, what do you got here? Receive 55 blue essence. Again, I don't know. There's 4 currencies. I'm assuming gold is for the actual run. I'm assuming these 2 are meta progression currencies. We'll see. So once again, I need to figure out. Okay, room debuff. Oh, cool. So I like the fact that you're actually stacking debuffs. So you actually have to think about it. It's not just like, oh, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. You actually have to think about long term how problematic these things can be. Now I wonder how long it's going to last. Is it going to last until here? Is my guess until I get the boss. That's my guess. Let's do Cursed Vine appears in the room, roots and hurts if stepped on. Let's do this one. Right. So they have their little shield, which means that I have to be careful that I don't stun them immediately. We got an elite here. Ooh, okay. So I like, I like that feeling that things just get more and more chaotic. I was trying to dash, but I failed. Like, things just get more and more chaotic. Also, we've got I like the system where, I think that is the case here, where elites cannot get staggered until you've broken their shield, which seems to be the case here as well. I also wonder how long the run goes. It's a very simple concept, all things considered, huh? But I like it. I like the simplicity of the mechanics so far. So, thick cloud and enrage is what we have. I like this. This feels quite unique. You're just stacking more and more debuffs. That's really cool. Okay, so I get gold. Enemies recover their missing health if they hit you, or enemies that hit you will steal some of your money. Oh, hell no. My money is for me. Got a big boy here. Oh, got a sniper? Oh, one of those things. Okay. Oh gosh, I probably didn't want to give. So, what happens if I go in there again? Oh, yes. So all things considered, I actually, like, visually there was, like, I did feel like there was a little bit of like a Dead God vibe to it. But more than that, I feel like even mechanically, the fact that, like, the curses are just such a prominent part of the game really kind of actually is much closer than I thought it would be in terms of mechanically. I mean, yeah, again, the Curse of the Dead God is a dungeon crawler. I don't know if you would consider that a dungeon crawler, considering that you're just stuck in one area, but I guess so. Kind of is a dungeon crawler. I mean, if you just take out the very specific mechanic of it being the same room, they kind of are different rooms. It's kind of a nice way. It's quite smart, because from a developer standpoint, you're doing something unique, but you're also making it way easier to develop, because you don't have to develop a bunch of different rooms and have crazy level design, because the whole point is that you're just going back to the same one. But it doesn't feel cheap. It's actually quite unique. I like it. Yeah, the Q ability does not feel great. Healing portal. You will be teleported to a sacred altar. No, thank you. I don't need that. Increase attack damage. Okay, so what is my attack damage? I kind of wish, in this instance, and these are like small things that can always be adjusted, that I could look at my stats. I could tab during this page, so I can kind of look at how much my attack damage is, because I don't have a frame of reference as to what 5 is currently. So I kind of wish I could look at my equipment, which I can't right now. I have to click this and then look at it. So 5. Okay, so 40%. Okay. That's about like a 15% damage increase. That's not too bad. I mean, I guess when they all hit, it's not too shabby, but... I'm assuming that... Yeah. I was going to ask something stupid, but yes, the 10% chance of health dropping is in every room. Whoa! Feels good. Great flow so far. I can see everything very clearly, too. This feels really good. That big guy is actually very easy to evade. Yeah, the basic attack feels amazing. The Q ability, not so much. Okay, what do you got? Merchant portal. You be teleported to a merchant, or increase your movement speed. I'm gonna wait until the boss to go to the merchant, I think. 6% is not much. Poison mushrooms sprout in the room, bursts, and create a poisonous cloud when stepped on. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this, honestly. Oh, Jesus! They're right there. I thought it would take a second to spawn. Jump scare mushroom. No. Oh, broken. I don't care about going in there. Ooh, let's get out of here. Okay, I actually need some vision here. I like the enemy design. Very, very simple, but very... Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I was curious. The exclamation mark does not pop out in the cloud. I was waiting for it. I was like, how did he just randomly do that attack? That makes a lot of sense. That's cool. I think I took damage from that a few times already. Because I think the very first time around I took some damage because I didn't see the guy like start his attack because the exclamation mark wasn't there. Cool, so boss time. I took some damage here. But we should be okay. I love the hand. It's so I'm assuming the Q ability is going to be probably much better against bosses. Hello! Evenetis. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, that was quick. Oh, jeez. Okay, got it. Oh, and it continuously does that. Ooh, man. There's a lot going on in this fight. I need to kill these ads. I'm hoping that the ads are not going to come back. Like, if I kill these ads, I should hopefully be done. I don't know, actually. But I'm very, very, very low now. I took a lot of damage from just trying to learn. Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm going to be one of those. Oh, I finally got the full combo. Okay, so it probably was not worth focusing on the ads early, actually. Oh, that was lucky. That was skilled. It's a shame that I took so much damage just learning a few things early, because I think I could... I think now I got the overall gist of the fight. I wasn't sure if the whole line... It was going to show... Like, it was going to go all the way at the end. Cool. Blue essence gained. Got it. So that is definitely meta progression as well as parchment. Room cleared. Okay, 7, not bad. And I got a 3rd achievement. That's 3 clicks for the cookie clickers. That's great. Cool. Very cool so far. First run. I did not beat it on my first try. I'm a little disappointed, but okay. So let's try this again. I'm gonna assume now we're gonna unlock the possibility to get some meta progression. Use our orbs. So I wasn't sure yet. The blue stuff is. I could have grabbed some meta progression stuff early on. Sorry, what I meant is that one of the options as a reward was those blue things, so that's good to know. You are creepy. Hello. Hi. We meet again. You might need my craft to survive. All right, let's see. What do we got? Okay, so she is going to give you... like unlock, like, you know, kind of like the building stuff in Hades. So this is just gonna unlock some big stuff, and then I'm assuming there's gonna be another way to actually, you know, increase your stats. And maybe it's the wishing well is how you increase your stats. Let's see. Remember to draw your powers from it wisely. Let's see. Stats. Yep, we got a skill tree. Oh, wait a minute. We got an interesting skill tree here. How does this work? So you can choose like a full-on part of a tree, and then you can build through that. Once I get to the next tier, I can choose 1, 2, 3 possible ones, and then here 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, that's really unique. That's a great way to do a talent tree. I really respect that. And how impactful are these? Attacking enemies from the behind deals 10% additional damage. If you damage an enemy for the first time, you deal 13% additional damage. These are some good stuff. You gain 10% more gold. Damage an enemy for the first time. Okay, so you can just... Wow, you can just upgrade that 3 times. You can just one-shot people. Interesting. Cool. I can reset the well, I think I'm going to do the attacking from behind, because that seems more skillful. we got an achievement. Now, you can buy more wishes from the witch. Okay. Buy wishes. Wishing well grants more. Okay, got it. Which is stashed with a healing well spawned after boss fights. Oh gosh, that means that if I beat that boss, I'm just gonna be extremely low on health. Okay, so we deal a little bit more damage. So it does seem like this is definitely going to be a fairly slow grind for a game, which I'm totally down for. And how do I unlock these characters again? Requires Aiden level 2. I have to be level 2. Not too sure what level 2 means, but good to know. Is that like by getting to the second part of the wishing well? Is this level 2? Maybe. So the wishing well, like the stats you see in there are pretty straightforward. In 2 extra dash in a row. Wow. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, this is cool. I like the system. And you can buy more stuff from her. So, all right. So right now, the only thing we got is 10% more damage from the back, which definitely going to be helpful, and more knowledge, which is also going to be very helpful. I wonder how you get more wishes. I mean, is there other ways to get more wishes other than just talking to her? I do not know. There's 2 more things I can get to, so we're just going to go for another run, and we'll take it from here. This hand, I can't get enough of this hand. It throws me off in a good way, though. All right, we're back here, and we're going to start right here. Okay, so get a powerful skill. Okay, cool. Enemies enrage and get stronger when they pals down, or your first attack against an enemy are absorbed. Got it, yes. So now that I know that these things last, which one is more dangerous? I don't know what stronger really means. If it's just dealing more damage, that's not bad, but if they go faster, that's more problematic. I'm gonna go with enrage. Lightning. Launch a lightning charge enemy orb forward that returns back to you after a short delay. Electrifying enemies. Don't know what electrifying does. Orb triggers lightning explosions upon impact. Okay. Well, it's epic. I don't know what epic is. Okay, that one feels more satisfying than the other, I would say. Backstab, I have to remember that. I still don't know if the ooze, like, if I can take damage from that ooze stuff, but hopefully not. Increase critical chance or damage. I think just straight damage is gonna be better, right? Cursed totem appears in the room, healing enemies. That's fine because usually I kill off enemies fairly quickly. Oh, I can also destroy the... Okay, I wasn't sure... Okay, I've been so scared of this, like, of the poison trail in the back. It is actually not a poison trail. That is good to know. Oh, I don't take backstab damage. The wall splat is interesting, because I'm not really pushing enemies, but I still get them wall splatted. Just if they just move a little bit towards it, it does enough. Enchant yourself with the enchant relic. Relic seems really good. Deadly traps appear in the room. That's scary, though. But We'll try. Gain movement speed for a short while after dashing. Electrified enemies receive more damage. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's be careful with the traps. So what does this trap do? Okay, so you do that. Got it. There's quite a few traps around, actually. I have to be pretty careful. I didn't hit anything. I still don't, like, I might want to practice the timing on the skills. Okay, yeah, I figured the traps didn't do anything against him, but I want to practice the timing on that. Did I get that? It's hard to know if I got it or not. I feel like the feedback on that ability, on like getting the perfect timing, is it's not very clear to me. But maybe it's just because I haven't practiced it enough yet. Why do I sometimes get blue orb? Like, are they just scattered around? I'm not sure. Relic, your movement speed will be reduced after dashing for a short time. Yeah. Gonna be greedy. With 15% chance, simple attacks strike 2 times. Is it me or the wording is a little odd on these, right? With 15% chance, isn't it like 50% chance to attack that your attacks strike 2 times? 2 additional times? I don't know. But simple attacks gain 10% electrify. Is there a way to know what electrify actually does? No, right? I'm definitely going to take this because I have the electrify. But it would be nice to know what electrify does. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, they were not kidding when they said that I had low movement speed after a dash. Holy, that is dangerous. Ah! Nice. Okay. Yeah, the really utilizing the like staggering enemies. I like the VFX. I think the VFX are very, very solid, especially with, again, this very unique art. I think it really pops out. Okay. Receive blue essence or increase movement speed. I think I'm gonna go with blue essence because I'm gonna be doing more than 1 or 2 more runs on this stream, and I want to try to upgrade things. So, poison spirit haunts the room, dripping poison as it wanders around. Cool. Yeah, I like the music too. And this is a layered track. I guess for a game like this, that makes sense. So layered track meaning that there's a baseline song, but when there's action, you just add more energy to the track you're listening to. And the layered tracks really are quite immersive, I would say, in general, so I like that. Alright, let's grab some blue essence here. Boop. Oh, jeez, I have to remember. Oh, that is a thing. Okay, got it. Sorry, I realized that where the thing was. Right, I have to remember that my dash is not terrible on this side of the room. Oops, wrong ability. Okay. These guys are spooky. The snipers. Okay. Be careful with this. I don't have much space with all the traps laying around. Woo! Okay, yeah, this ability feels pretty great. Cool. Nice. 5 perfect rooms so far. Feeling pretty good. I think 1 more loop and then we've got the boss. A magical crystal appears in the room, making enemies around it invulnerable. Honestly, yeah, I can be greedy. Alright, let's do this one. Common stuff. Gain a shield after dashing, blocking enemy attacks for... That's really good on this room. Do I need it? I don't know. When you have this full... Again, this is going to be much better once you have meta progression. Because currently, I don't have a reliable way to heal, so that's not going to be as good. I mean, right now it would activate, but I'm going to be facing the bosses pretty soon, so I'm thinking fast protection is just going to be much better. Kind of gives me better iframes is what that is. So I have to get rid of that thing over there. Can I destroy it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, so I mean, this room, I mean, even though I have a lot of like spooky... Okay, I did not kill you. That's fine. Actually, this is probably the right strategy is to actually just leave one enemy alive, and so I could just easily destroy the totems, because the totems don't respawn between waves. So that's probably the right way to do it. Yeah, there you go. So now this room is much easier, even though I had a lot of like high difficulty curses. I want to try to make sure that I get my ability ready for the boss. I actually don't know if it resyncs. Cleared 10 rooms without taking any damage! Ayo! Nice. Look at that. Alright, boss time. Does my ability reset? Is a cooldown reset or not? No. Also, different bosses? Cool, I was not expecting that. Although, a little unfortunate because I was getting used to the other one. Ow. I didn't realize those had seeking. Yeah, the problem is that now I'm gonna take so much damage just trying to understand the new abilities here. Oh, these are really seeking. So far this does not seem too shabby. But I'm worried I'm just gonna take some... Yeah, I'm just getting used to. Yeah, these seeking things are rough. I did not get the timing. I still am trying to get used to the timing on that a little better. Okay, so that's out. Cool. Alright, boss. Big boy. Hello! Same thing as the other one. Okay, got it. Oh, chin move. Not the chin move! Did I get that? I feel like I got that, but for some reason it's still didn't get the explosion. Chin move! I guess I did it too late, huh? Oh, gosh. Okay, well that doesn't seem too hard so far. I also have to remember I have my shield. There? Did I do it? I don't know. Alright. Phase 2. It's gonna be a third one? No, still you two. Okay. Honestly, not too shabby so far. Ooh, nice, actually. Okay. Alright. Okay. Chin move! Oh gosh! Ah! Got it. One more or not? No, okay. Okay. Woo! Man, I almost did it hitless! Gosh darn it! I almost did it hitless. Ah! So close. Woo! Nice. Okay! That was fun. Definitely felt much easier than the other boss, to be honest, but, you know. So far, so good. Again, this game is releasing in about 2 weeks or so. We have 4 worlds, or probably 3 worlds plus a final boss is what I would imagine. Okay, cool. So, I would imagine now we reset the curses. Yep. We reset the curses. Cool. And I can get another skill. Am I gonna go... How? Yeah, actually, another skill might be good. Your first attacks each turn. Yeah, that one's just okay. Now, I'm getting a lot of lightning stuff. I'm assuming this is not a coincidence. I'm assuming it's not a coincidence that once I got a few lightning stuff, the game curters it. Is that the word? Tries to, like, give you more of it to synergize. Or maybe it's pure just pure chance, I don't know. Throw a lightning blade that bounces between enemies. A lightning bolt strikes the enemy, hit, and max bounce count increased, or perform a powerful dash in a targeted direction. To enemies on impact and electrify them. You become invulnerable while dashing. And this scales. Charge the area it passes through with electric, creating a delayed lightning strike. Okay. Do I need another dash? Honestly, maybe I could try to adjust to a new dash. So that is E now. Let's try out. Cool. Okay, I have to, also I realized, yeah, I did waste it had the shield on. Oh, homing bullets? Oh god, no. Okay, I'm just trying to adjust to... Okay, so these guys are fast, but they are very slow attacking. Okay, I want to get rid of that shield. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, I have to get rid of the shields before I can use my ability. Nice! Feels good. Feels good. I feel like the boomerang on the first time around I had the boomerang didn't feel great. Hey! New NPC for the hub? No. Oh. Sorry, I had something very specific in mind. It's like, oh, you saved me, thank you, blah 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 blah. What do we got? Blue essence or a ghost wolf floats over the loop, attacks and marks enemies. Marked enemies take extra damage. Disaffect both rooms. That's cool, but that doesn't help me for the boss. And blue essence. Ah, I'm stuck. Also, there's a. Why is there a? Oh yeah, the poison. That was what it is. Oh right. The enemies are not cursed. Bonk. Wall splat. Okay. I'm starting to like the abilities more now that I get the timing of it a little better. Okay, 2 perfect rooms so far, feeling pretty good. What do we got? Relic would be sweet here. A crit chance, but I can choose dash. Blocking sticky surfaces appear in the room. Oh, I see. Or mushrooms. Honestly, the sticky zone. Let's see how bad the sticky zone is. It's alright. Gotta get rid of all these. I have to remember to use the right one. Those projectiles that the mages are setting is a little hard to see, I will say. Alright. Shield is out. Okay, it does not spawn enemies with the Nice. I don't care about being in that ooze if it's just a matter of slowing me down. I wonder how different each character feels too. Man, I feel like the game is very clear at showing what's going on. Like it's very easy to see what's going on as a first time playing through. Feels very satisfying. I'm surprised because the camera is definitely zoomed out quite a bit. Also, again, I did realize that I did get like some blue essence from sometimes swiping at stuff. I'm not too sure about that, but I feel like that was the case last time. Movement speed or increase all skill damage? Honestly, skill damage is pretty good. A gong striker emerges outside the room, hits the gong and sends out deadly waves every so often. I have no idea what that means, but we'll see. I can deal with these guys pretty easily. Nope, I saw the gong from afar, but kind of want to see what the gong is. Okay, there's the gong. Oh, okay, it's just one of those. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. But I feel like I have time to see it, and it does show when it's about to do the attack. Actually, no, it does not show when it's about to do the attack. Take that back. Thought I did. Still hitless. Feels pretty good. I still have my shield too. It's a good thing I'm doing hitless because I still have not recovered my health. Increase attack damage by 5. Honestly? A small rat hole appears in the room, spawning bitter critters. It's kind of funny. Yeah, let's try to progress. I actually think we have some good damage here, so... What do you do? Okay. Okay, I have to get rid of those shields before I can do anything. Okay, this is getting more and more intense. Come here. Okay, yeah, I could try to bait those big boys out. I got an achievement. Kill 250 enemies. Nice. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, explosions. And then the stuff stays on the floor. Got it. Got it. I think they're out of shields, so... Okay. Backstab! Woo! I don't need no health! Ugh. Ooh, merchant sounds... Oh, man, I only have 100 gold, though. I don't need this healing. I'm gonna go to the merchant. Let's see what the merchant does. Ah! Stop it! Okay. So I'm glad it came with 50 gold. With 50. 50% chance to reduce damage taken by 50%. So that is pretty much 25% damage reduction. Mathematically, it's roughly 25% damage reduction. That's really solid. A 25% damage reduction, that's really good. Lightning strike bolt strikes the enemy nearest to you after a dash. That's good, but I actually don't need more lightning stuff, I feel like. Attack damage is increased by 10% for each relic you have. That's also... That's so much damage. These relics are pretty powerful, gotta say. I feel like that's just so much damage. Does it give me the stats? I kind of wish it told you the amount. Because I don't know if it counts itself. I would imagine it does. So it should be a 40% attack damage increase. Also, which of my abilities scale with the... Oh, it's a little bugged here. Okay, none of them do, but that's fine, Okay. Cool. Let's get out of here. Blah! I'm never gonna get used to it. Alright, now... that was a wrong move. Ah, shoot! That threw me off. No! These bomb dudes are pretty dangerous. Okay. Come on. Nice. Oh, does that? I don't want to test that. Healing portal? Huh. You know, each time you enter this room, I think this is better. Giant tentacles appear at the edge of the room and smashes the ground when you get close. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's over there. And these guys are pretty... I mean, they're fast moving, but they're not fast at, like, their attacks, so... Yeah, these guys are really the dangerous thing here. Okay. Oh, gosh. Feels good, man. This game is very satisfying, I'll say. Oh, okay, I got greedy here, I guess. Yeah, once you get the timing of that thing, I think it's not too shabby. Can I get rid of these tentacles? I don't think I can. It's just staying there, though. Oh. Right. Last loop, I think? Ooh, a relic. Okay, which one? A thick cloud or enemies in range and get stronger when they piles down. Again, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's just damage. If it's just damage, it's alright. If it's anything else, it's rough. The thick cloud can be pretty rough. I'm gonna take this. Gain 10 armor. Whenever you defeat an enemy, gain 1 armor up to 10. That's not bad. Deal 40% damage to elites until their yellow health is broken. No, that's I'm just gonna take the armor. Oh gosh, I thought you were dead. Hello. Have to be careful with that. Yep, that thing over there. Oh, I didn't get the explosion. Okay. Okay. I think you attack faster. I feel like you attack faster. It's hard to tell. Hello. Don't mind me. I'm just chilling. Ah. I have to remember to use my shield, man. I'm not using my shield much. Okay, I just decided to use it just to show. Okay, also, you're done, right? Cool. Oh, boss time already? Oh, shoot. I don't know if I'm ready for the boss, but... Okay. I have 46 health. This is kind of like max health. I want that... I wouldn't have used this thing if I knew that it was only one room. Okay. Second boss. I got used to the hand now. Let's see how we do. What do we got? Big boy. Rawr. Hello. What's your name? Rufus? Shrewton. This looks like the kind of guy who's gonna like charge at me. Okay, you do area of effect when you do that. Okay, are you gonna hit those and like hit yourself and get stunned? Yes. Okay. Again, I'm not gonna focus on dealing damage yet. I would like to just get comfortable with the... Yeah, okay, I figured that would happen. It's quite generous. Ah! It's big effects. you just headbutt yourself there. Come on, man. Oh, I thought I had the... my... Oh! New ability. Mobs! Great. Actually, I'm much better at clearing mobs on this run than last. Okay. Nice. Feels pretty good. What are you doing? Okay, got it. One of those. Phase 2? I think I got phase 2 transition. Yeah, that looks like phase 2 transition. What are those? Oh, you guys are gonna shoot things at me. Got it. Up. Oh gosh. I can't see what you're doing. Oh, you're healing? No, stop doing that. Come on. Oh my gosh. Yes, hitless! Let's go! Second boss hitless, man. Woo! That felt good. Ah, hell yeah. Double achievement? Double achievement? Oh. Man, I did it hitless though. Come on. You're gonna call him Crouton. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue playing on my end, and I will circle back. Maybe a few more runs, because I'm really having a good time. So I will be right back with my thoughts. Okay, Rogue Loops. So we continued playing for a little longer, for about a couple hours. I ended up beating a run, then starting a new run, almost beating it, and then starting a new run with a new character. Went pretty far. We unlocked every character, we've unlocked every single NPC, so I've got a pretty clear idea of what to expect from this game that is once again coming out April 4th. So, let's go through all the steps. First off, let's talk about audio, visuals, and overall vibe. Visuals are fantastic. I really like the visuals. It has a mixture of a Raven Watch and Curse of the Dead God, but it has this really nice kind of texture to a lot of the stuff on here that really makes it pretty unique. There's a part of me that kind of wish I could zoom in a little bit so I could just see something like my character just for fun in the hub. I know it's not necessary and could potentially be much, but pretty complicated to implement, but if it's not complicated to implement, I kind of wish I could, because oh, Kitty still doesn't love me, because I want to see more of the details. The camera, you're quite far away from your character, which makes sense from a gameplay standpoint, but I do kind of wish I could see a little bit more detail, because I think the art is great. The story has nice narration and a cute little story. I mean, cute. I use the word cute for the wrong reason sometimes. But it, the fact that you have that you're controlling a family of 4, I like that kind of vibe. Brings me back to Children of Morta again, which is a game that I really did like. And I think that, it's a simple little detail that I think really does help with the immersion of the game. And they each play quite differently, which we'll get to in a bit. The VFX are fantastic. As you can see, even just this, sweeping your sword like this, there's a lot of visuals to it. It feels great. Dealing damage feels good. Taking damage sometimes can be a little... It can be a little hard to know if you're really, really low on health. That, I think, it would be nice if there was a more visual indicator around the screen when you're really low on health. Maybe there was, and I just didn't fully pay attention to it. One thing I will say about the visuals, though, is so... Obviously, the game is, you're in this one room, right, and you go up and down. When you're on the top end, since this is a 2.3D kind of angle, that means that you're seeing things from this angle, from this diagonal, which means that if you're on the top part of the map, anything that is decorative can sometimes be in front of the camera, and sometimes it can be a little hard to know where you are. Now, clearly, you can kind of see your shade from the back, but even during a full-on combat, it can be a little hard to know where you're at and what's going on. But there's not much you can do about that. That's kind of like inherently what's going to happen from this kind of genre. And I do like the fact that you can really see your shade very clearly in the back. I'm noticing this right now very clearly. During combat, it was sometimes hard to know, but it's just a tiny thing, all things considered. I don't think it's worth changing anything in that regard because of that, because I really like the visuals overall. In terms of audio, I think the sound design is great. There's really solid sound design. I think there are some attacks that, like, there are some things in the game that feel like is missing sound design. Some boss attacks don't feel as impactful, just because there are certain sounds that I just feel like are missing, in my opinion. But when there is sound design, it sounds great. I love it. And the music is really, really solid. I think it's very fitting, and it's very enjoyable. It's not too distracting. During the boss fights, it feels more intense. So overall, art, visuals, and everything, audio, big thumbs up on my end. All right, obviously, we gotta talk about gameplay next. So again, before getting into all this, I do want to note that so I'm currently playing the beta of the game, so I don't expect too much else to be added to the game, and understandably so, considering that there's already a lot in what I've been playing right now, and I'm actually quite excited to play some more on my end. Gameplay itself is very Hades-like a lot of other games of this genre. Nothing too crazy from that standpoint. You've got your basic attack, which feels great, with each character feeling quite differently. Now you've got your special, which is very different depending on which character you're playing. You got your dash attack, and you've got your dash. And that's about it. And then you can add 2 abilities that you can find throughout the runs that are not character dependent. So similar to Ember Knights in that regard. You can find 2 additional abilities, and a lot of the abilities tend to correlate quite well with the rest of your arsenal. Something that I struggled with in Ember Knight was that you kind of had to go for either a basic attack build or a special build. Like, the combination of both didn't work out super well. While in this game, I do think that using your special in correlation with your basic attack feels great. So yeah, it's pretty standard gameplay wise, and I do appreciate that, because there's a lot more going on in this game. So there's not too much to do here. Some characters are a tiny bit more complicated than others, The daughter, for instance, has a charge attack that you have to get perfectly timed. All of your other abilities that you can find, and you also have a particular timing you have to nail to get the special ability. If you're good with that kind of stuff, you're always going to nail it. If you're not, you might struggle, and that could definitely hinder you. So if you don't get the perfect, it's definitely quite differently. And this character, for instance, you get something special if you don't use your charged up attack. So there's different play styles depending on the character. I would say that I do appreciate the fact that each character does feel quite different. You've got 2 fast characters and 2 slow characters. 2 of them are melee, 2 of them are ranged. Boom. It's that easy. So clearly this is the fast range character. The mother is the slow range character who just shoots massive bombs, which seem to do... Oh, wow, they're homing. Nice. Which seem to do area of effect damage. So clearly that's just a very different play style. So, yeah, I haven't gotten to play with many characters. I've unlocked all of them to try them out just here in the hub. But in terms of within the game, I could imagine that each character feel different, which is awesome. It's not something that you get very easily in games, believe it or not. Even Ember Knights, Ember Knights, I'm comparing this to Ember Knights because I think there's a lot of similarities, all things considered, to this game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go check out Ember Knight. It's a good game. But one thing in Ember Knight is that the difference that you get between the runs is the weapon that you're going to start off with. And the weapon, yeah, it has a little different moveset, but ultimately, if you had the same build with another weapon, then it wouldn't change too much the way you play. While here, it really does feel like each character is going to play drastically differently. So I'm actually quite excited to try all these characters and see how differently it will feel. So yeah, gameplay, very solid, very straightforward, and I like it. Now, all these characters can be... there's quite a bit of meta progression, not as much... there's a bit of meta progression. Each character can have 2 different versions. You can either go for, in this case, the Beam of Reaper or Tretch's Decree. There's just 2 different versions, and you just have to upgrade them. Whichever version you want is probably the one you should stick to. Every time you level up your character, not only are they going to get better stats, but they're also going to start just getting improved versions of the special that you can switch around. So there's a tiny bit of customizations in the character. Basically, you can switch between two versions. I kind of wish there was a way to reset this because, I might go for the Beam of Reaper and you have to put in a lot of souls and then maybe I actually want to try the other one, but I don't think there's an easy way to just switch to the other one. I think you just have to pay for everything again. That's interesting. In any case, you get souls by completing more runs at a certain difficulty, and that's cool. So that means that there's not only are there 4 different characters, but ultimately there's all 4 can have 2 different aspects, which solid. A lot of customization from the start. For games like these, I think it's important to have good customization before starting a run because, generally the thrill of an action roguelike is mid to late game when you've got a build and it feels great to play the build. So early on, if you're always going to be starting the same way, then it doesn't feel as satisfying a lot of times. So I think it's cool that there is a little bit of customization. Could there be more things to start off with? Maybe there could be. Luckily enough, I feel like the core gameplay is satisfying enough that it doesn't feel as terrible to start with. But, yeah, it's something to keep in mind. Now, there is also you also have your talent tree. It's a pretty traditional talent tree as you can go. You have the 2 different paths between all of these. But you can also just pick, entire portions of the talent tree to go for. That's really solid. I really like that mechanic. It's a simple way of adding more customization to your game without doing anything too crazy out there. I will say that these abilities do seem to be pretty powerful later on. Your critical damage will increase by 25, critical chance by 25. These are some massive, massive upgrades. So this game definitely does feel like it is fairly grind dependent in terms of you are expected to do multiple runs before you can really get strong enough to do the highest difficulty in the game. I would say that this game has a pretty solid difficulty, but it was very enjoyable for me to feel very powerful. And I think that ultimately a lot of the upgrades and the meta progression stuff that you're going to be encountering are big numbers. They didn't go with simple, like, 5% damage increase, that kind of stuff. Though they really upped it up. Getting rewards is big, big rewards, which is cool, all things considered. But actually, we're going to talk about it in just a moment. Just to finish off the gameplay, yeah. Good. Let's talk about the roguelike elements. So once you've picked your character and you go into the run, I'm just going to talk about the difficulty in just afterwards. But you get into the run and you have 3 different areas, and then you have the final boss, right? So you're going to be going in that one room, and every time you go to one part of the room, you have to choose a curse, and that is combined with a benefit. I love that system. I love risk versus reward in roguelikes. I think that is kind of like one of the core elements of roguelikes. So the fact that at every single room you have that aspect of you have to take a downside versus and get an upside with it is awesome. I love that aspect. I think the curses are pretty unique. Some are much more annoying than others, and generally the harder the curse, the more curse meter you're gonna fill up. And the idea is to get to to get maxed out on your curse meter, so you can fight the boss. And this is a small detail. I do wish personally that the curse meter would actually give you the amount of skulls you need, so you could actually count them as opposed to just kind of getting used to how much it fills up. Because I think it would be cool to actually be able to calculate how many skulls or curse levels you need before reaching the boss. Because one really cool aspect of this design is the fact that you can try to just stay a very long time in this loop by just picking very low level curses, or you could just try to get only 3 level 3 curses, and then you get to the boss pretty quickly, which is kind of a choice, you know? I like that aspect quite a bit. I thought that was a really, really nice touch. Now, this is a small detail, but I'm going to say right now, because I have to say it, there is one curse currently that feels completely busted compared to everything else. And that is the firewall. The firewall is a level 1 curse, but it is like twice as bad as many level 3 curses, in my opinion. I just hope that one gets fixed, because it just feels you can't really see where the firewall is. You get 2 of them at the same time. They fill up the entire screen. It is just, it feels so busted. I think a single firewall that spawns should be a level 3, and instead it's a level 1 that spawns 2 of them. So that's a tiny detail, all things considered, but I've taken damage from firewall much more than anything else in this game, I think. And I do hope that gets a little tweaked. But again, like, usually balance changes like these are not as important. I just had to point that out because I really did not like that firewall. So that was a small thing. But again, I love the curse concept. I think it's a really, really unique mechanic in a game that overall otherwise would be, you know, pretty standard in terms of the action portion. The fact that you're stuck in one room and you have to strategically figure out which curse you want, knowing that it's going to stack up and stack up and stack up. And, you know, certain curses combinations are much harder than others. So you have to plan that out. And if there's a reward you really want from one of them, then, you know, you might not be able to get it depending on the curse that's linked to it. So that's really solid. I really like that concept. Now, during the run, you will encounter relics. These are your permanent abilities. Again, these are pretty cool. There's a lot of synergies. They're really pushing ice, lightning, and fire. And I'm kind of happy to kind of stick with that and nothing more, because when you start adding too many specific elements and synergies, then the pool gets a little bloated. If you have too many things, if you have like, you know, also earth does something, and wind does something, and something else does something, and bleed, and then crit, you know, then you can't do synergies anymore because there's just too much going on. But with just 3 elements, to my understanding, I think that's a good amount, where even if there's a relic that is only lightning specific, odds are you can probably use it because there's not that many elements to go for. So I like that concept quite a bit, and I think it worked out pretty well. I think some of the relics feel, man, those numbers are, again, the numbers are really high. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. It feels satisfying, but I'm quite surprised to see some relics having, you know, like, oh, you deal 50% more damage to enemies that are electrified. That's a lot of damage, but it allows you to get overpowered, and that's cool. The feeling of being overpowered is a great feeling in roguelikes. It's just, yeah, you have to be careful with making sure that it's not too easy to get overpowered and that numbers just don't get too crazy high. Otherwise, things get a little unbalanced. I don't know if that was the case here. I don't think it felt completely unbalanced, but I might be wrong in the long run. In any case, it was satisfying with the 3 hours I played, and yeah, that's what matters. One thing I will note, and this is something that I personally struggle with a little bit, there's quite a few relics that have, when you take damage, do something. Electrify the enemy, you know, burn the enemy, that kind of stuff. I personally do not like these relics. I think they are boring, and if you're good at the game, and I know that not everybody's good at the game, but I even think that people that are not very comfortable with games, I don't know if that's the most interesting kind of effect. I know a lot of roguelikes do these, like having these effects. I find them pretty boring, because that means that if you just play well, or if you have a good run, then these effects just don't trigger. That's just a little detail, but I know that's more on my end. I have kind of like a thing for games that have a lot of relics that have, oh, when you take damage, do blank, and you're not supposed to take damage. So, again, it's some small detail, but it's something I want to bring up. Now, again, you're also going to be encountering skills, and the skills are cool. Again, you have to, you know, get the right timing to get the perfect skill, which, you know, it's a simple little addition that some people are going to be better at than others. I think the timing is fairly generous, I would say. I mean, all things considered. And the skills, yeah, they're cool. They do, some feel better than others. I wish there was more information about, you know, what burning does, what frozen does, what lightning does, because I actually have no idea what they do. I mean, I have an idea, but there isn't much detail about that. It's a small thing, but it would be nice to have more detail. One thing I will note, and I'm not 100% sure if that's the case, but I do believe it is the case. The skills do regenerate depending on how many basic attacks you land on enemies. And while I do like this mechanic, it does feel a little unbalanced depending on the character you're playing, right? Because if you're playing the mother, then this is the speed of basic attacks that you do. While if you do this character, this is the speed. I haven't gone to test it out much, but I'm worried that this would unfortunately make it so that skills are just inherently much better with fast attack speed characters. That's just something I wanted to mention. I just feel like that is a little odd in that regard, that it is linked to the amount of attacks, considering that some of the characters attack sometimes 2 times even more fast than others. So, but yeah, other than that, I think the roguelike elements, you know, with the curse mechanic where you have to choose a curse, the reward, you constantly get rewarded. Rewards feel good because they're powerful. It gets the game going quickly. I think action games need to have constant rewards because, you know, it feels great to get new relics, to get more stats, all that kind of stuff. And I think they did a good job here. I will say you do not get anything for killing a boss. You get a health back. And I do think you can unlock a shop, which I think I just did. So that's going to be nice, but I kind of wish you would get something more than just that for killing a boss. That's just me, though, and maybe now that I've unlocked the shop, that might make me feel a little better about it. Quickly, I want to talk about the enemy design. Enemy design is great. Like, fantastic, actually. Each enemy is very clear as to what they do. I never got lost and confused about what an enemy does. It's very easy to see attack patterns from enemies. You don't feel cheated by an attack, I would say. Things are very, very clear, very visual, even though you're pretty far away, and sometimes if you're behind something, it can be a little harder. Enemies feel great. They're really unique. They all have different mechanics. It's a very, very solid enemy design. Bosses are great too. I really do enjoy the bosses. I like the fact that some bosses you can skip phases if you deal enough damage. Except the third boss, at one point I did kill them, and then they still went in their phase, and I was like, But in general, yeah, the bosses feel really, really solid. I really like the bosses. I don't know how many bosses there are now. Maybe I just got unlucky / lucky, but in the first world, I've encountered 2 different bosses. But then in the world 2 and 3, I've only encountered 1. So I'm hoping there are different possible bosses. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but the final boss is cool. It seems a little easy. And one thing I do want to note quickly is when you finish the third world, you beat the boss of the third world, and then you just immediately get into another boss. I kind of wish there was something in between. Now, Wizard of Legend did that. Originally, with Wizard of Legend, you beat the third boss, and then you get to the final boss immediately. And they ended up changing that because effectively, I don't know, it's not as satisfying, in my opinion, to just go from one boss to another immediately. So what they did is that they added an extra little unique trial of fighting a bunch of enemies before getting to the final boss, and I think that did help with the pacing of it overall. So that's just a little thing, and it might be more specifically to me, but I do wish there was a little bit more. You didn't go from the third boss to the final boss instantly without anything in between. And now let's talk about a few other things. I want to talk about the difficulty here. The difficulty is pretty unique, where once you've beaten the game, you can then set the difficulty of individual biomes. That's definitely interesting. I'm not too sure why, but it's cool. One thing I do struggle with right now is there is no information as to what the difficulty actually does. And you don't seem to get more blue things from increased difficulty, which does not feel great in my opinion. I would like to get more rewards other than just getting the ember I didn't collect in one specific difficulty. So that means that if I play on Hell difficulty, I would not only get the same everything from playing it here versus here, but the next time around, I actually get punished for playing on Hell difficulty because I've already collected the ember with one of the characters. So I have to go down the difficulty to grab something I didn't get, and I don't get anything else from just getting for Hell. Not a fan of that personally. I kind of wish that, you make it harder and harder, and the harder it is, the more rewards you get. But that's just not the case. I don't know if there is anything you get from it. If there is, that's great, but it's currently not being showed very clearly. It's a small thing, again, all things considered, but I just wish more information about what the difficulty is, a little bit more reward, other than just getting the soul I did not collect. And potentially even more customization, I don't think everybody should do the heat system from Hades. It's their own thing, I get it. But, I don't know, I wish there was a little bit more to the difficulty options. But it's not a huge deal, all things considered. But now that I've done Hell on the highest difficulty on the first biome with the father, don't think there's any reason for me to play the highest difficulty on there anymore. Which, I don't know, that's kind of sad, right? I kind of want to play the highest difficulty because I'm going to get stronger and stronger, so I don't want to be stuck on doing normals or hard and stuff like that. So that's just one little detail, but it is something that I think is important to note in general. Other than that, there's also some new relics you can find throughout playing. I just unlocked that as I started just doing my rant, so I don't know how many more relics you can find. It's a little unclear how you actually unlock more. You think you have to find parchments and then they just randomly unlock new ones. That wasn't very clear. Not a huge deal. But I hope there's going to be enough relics to make it feel like the experience doesn't get stale. Currently, I'm excited to continue playing and to play with different characters. I hope it would be cool if there was a true ending, something to look forward to, a reason to keep on going. Because currently, I don't know if there's going to be anything else that I can find later on. If there's going to be a true final boss, or after I've, beaten the game with all 4 characters, for instance, right? You beat the game at all 4 characters, kind of Slay the Spire, and then you unlock the true final path. I think a lot of games of, that kind of stuff is a lot of work, and usually I wouldn't recommend this to every game because, I don't expect every game to be able to do that. But I feel like this game feels like it has enough content, it has enough, work behind it that it could have something like that. Maybe there is. I personally just don't know, but I hope so because I want to feel like there is a venture and a path I'm going for, and that, if I play with all of them, I get rewarded for it. So that's what I'm going to hope for. And if there isn't, then I think that'd be a bit of a shame. Overall, fantastic experience. I'm going to be honest, this is one of the most enjoyable games I've played on this series in quite a while. It feels great. A lot of issues I have with action games, I think they kind of just dealt with extremely well here. The fact that I can see things very clearly, the fact that enemy design feel great, the fact that, synergies feel good, all the different characters. Yeah, seriously, this is a really cool game, and I'm very excited to continue playing on my own, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to say that you should grab this game if you like action games, action roguelikes, Hades-like, you know, Amber Knight, all that good stuff, Curse of the Dead God. Once again, this game will be out April 4th. So, yeah, make sure to check that out on Steam. And once again, thank you so much for sending me this game. I think some revenge boons are good. They allow AFK run or can be useful for speedrun. Right, sorry. Badoy. How could I have forgotten? Is there a strong narrative presence? Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with the, there was a really solid cutscene at the beginning that kind of really I think it really got me into, like, the whole vibe of the game, and, you know, the characters, there really is a unique look to it, so yeah, I would say there's a pretty strong narrative to it. But yeah, that's about it.